Hi guys, this has to be one of the strongest cases of irony yet on the internet. Nigel Farage, currently the de facto head of Reform UK, which still calls itself the Brexit Party, posted a clip of the tractor protest in Dover asking if this could spread to other parts of the United Kingdom. Now, Farage told farmers back in 2016 if they voted to leave the EU, they would be better off. He told them that EU standards were dragging them down. He told them that the Common Agricultural Policy was a yoke around their necks. And he told them that the EU needed Britain more than Britain needed the EU. So of course the UK would get a great deal if it left. The farmers are now protesting, and this is what the leader of the revolt at Dover had to say.
And for the first time in a generation, I feel like we have a real chance for our voices to be heard. As an industry, we can no longer keep sitting back complaining about how bad things are and then not expecting something to change. We do everything as we can as an industry to produce the highest standards of food and welfare in the world, and we feel that that's being eroded away by terrible Brexit deals, a complete and utter lack of empathy from the UK government and the supermarkets to the way that they treat British farmers.
Every farmer has to deal with their own unique set of issues. Jeff's pig numbers are down because they didn't breed in the scorching temperatures last year. And then there's the issue of blue tongue in this area. We'll cover all of this in an upcoming film. In the meantime, he has to focus on creating a big visual feast tomorrow, whilst not annoying the people of Dover.
So, there are two issues here, of course. The first, of course, being that the supermarkets and the British government are not looking out for farmers. The supermarkets want to drive down prices because they want to sell as much as they can to the public and make as much profit as they can. And if they can't source it locally, they'll import it from abroad. We saw it at the beginning of Brexit, where turkey farmers were not able to get access to the workers they needed because of Brexit, because of the ending of freedom of movement, and the supermarkets imported turkeys for Christmas from Germany and from Poland, I believe. So this, of course, impacted British farmers. And the same is happening again. If the supermarkets can't find cheap produce in the UK, they will import it from abroad. And what is the British government doing? They are signing trade deals which are bringing down standards. And this is part of Brexit. This was, the whole thing about Brexit on one side, where it was about reducing regulations, reducing standards, reducing protections. Now, back to Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage, of course, told farmers in 2016, if they vote to leave, they will have the benefits of being in the single market, but not have to follow the rules of the single market. They will not have to follow the EU regulations. And he was telling them that, being outside the EU will open up so many more markets. They'll be able to sell their produce everywhere, and they're not able to do that for some reason. They're not able to do that because of the European Union. They needed to support him in getting Brexit over the line, and everything would be successful after that. Now, has Farage come out and apologised? Of course not. He's trying to take advantage of the situation. He's trying to suggest that, see, I'm on the side of farmers. These farmers are correct. And of course, he's not going to mention Brexit. He's going to talk about net zero. He's going to talk about the British government. He's going to talk about supermarkets. Are supermarkets giving the farmers a fair deal? Of course they're not. Is the British government helping farmers? Of course not. But why is the British government not helping them? Why is the British government signing trade deals which allow the importation of low quality beef, for example? Because it's about delivering on something. It's about holding up a piece of paper saying we have a trade deal. Brexit has been a success, because the Tories have invested so much in Brexit that they can't abandon it at this stage. Farage the charlatan understands that. Farage knows that Brexit is a failure, but he has to maintain this grift. He has to maintain this idea that it is succeeding, or it would succeed if the right people were in charge. It would succeed if Reform UK were running the country. Just think about it for a moment. Nigel Farage wanted a no-deal Brexit. Boris Johnson got a very thin dealed Brexit with the European Union, where it resulted in no tariffs, or almost no tariffs. But Farage and the Brexit Party at the time wanted a hard Brexit. They wanted a situation where the farmers would be facing tariffs when it comes to exports. Now, another big problem that's never mentioned is labourers. So the farmers need staff. They need people to work on their farms. They can't access those now like they could before. And whatever staff they can find, they have to pay more because they have to source them from further afield. This is decimating farming as well. Farmers, and as we've covered before on the channel, are abandoning certain types of farming as well. And this is impacting them in the long term. Generations of apple growers have decided to stop growing apples because it's no longer feasible because of Brexit. Once again, you have Tory politicians who will not apologise for any of this, and you have Nigel Farage trying to take advantage once again of a situation. He won't go and meet the farmers, or if he does, it will of course be farmers who still think that Brexit was a good idea, but I think they are few in number. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.